Fortnite Season 8 is here, and nothing shows that better than the fact that we have a fancy new beautiful loading screen for our Battle Royale, and this one for Save the World. I think it's from Season 1. So Season 8 dropped, and we got the Lovestorm questline, and it's really good. And we also got the long awaited hero loadout changes and complete hero system rework. It's a lot of fun to just mix and match heroes and experiment, and you can have a lot of really cool builds, and Reddit is already popping up with like a bajillion of really cool, really interesting, really creative builds. So you have a bunch of new things to try, really. Except if you play an Outlander. In a nutshell, Teddy heroes got very slightly toned down, so they are not as good as they used to be, which is okay, fair. And the pistol heroes are really OP. And everybody else? Well, they just got fucked. So how exactly did Epic kill these heroes? Well, it's a combination of 1, 2, 3 things really. First, they have removed AMC as an ability. It's not an ability anymore, it's on your pickaxe. You can do an anti-material charge with doing a pickaxe heavy move. This is significant because it signals that they no longer think that AMC is a combat ability. You should be using it only for farming since it's on pickaxe. And you know, if you're on PC, here is how it looks like if you would try to use AMC in combat. You are shooting, I presume, so you have to switch down to pickaxe first. Then you have to press right click and you do the AMC, and then you have to press your gun to switch back to whatever the fuck you were holding before. It's really clunky and it's not really realistically usable in any combat scenarios. I tried, it sucks ass. And honestly, I have like no earthly clue how the fuck you should do this move on console. I don't think it's remotely possible to use this in combat on console. So why is this such a problem? Well, it's a problem because AMC was a really fun move to do. You would just punch the shit out of cars, rocks, trees, big husks, small husks, any husk, anything that's on the map, you would just punch the shit out of it. Seriously, you were just like Thanos punching your way through objects, enemies, everything. It was amazing, it was really well animated, it looked cool, and it most importantly felt cool. And you can say that it's not a problem because there's a new ability in town, Seismic Smash, but actually Seismic Smash is worse. It's not just worse, it's pretty much useless. And Seismic Smash has a really bad design for an Outlander. Outlanders are all about moving, like phase shift is pretty much a teleport ability, you know, and the old AMC was moving you at least a small distance if you were a Teddy based hero, and a really big distance if you were an AMC hero. The big problem with Seismic Smash that it's supposed to be a disrupt ability, so you would primarily use that to stop blasters or other things from damaging you. But you can't really do that because the animation is so goddamn slow and it's not moving you, it's locking you in place, that you end up taking more damage than if you would just not use Seismic Smash. Seriously, if you just start shooting immediately when somebody is lasering you, you will disrupt the laser faster than with Seismic Smash. And since the animation locks you in place, you cannot use this move when there are multiple blasters or just simply multiple enemies around you. Like 99% of the time in Fortnite that's the case, because you just end up taking more damage because you are literally sitting in one place. So since Seismic Smash is a non-usable combat ability, that means that every hero whose commander perk is a Seismic Smash buff is just not a hero that you can play. And as an added bonus, so remember the part about AMC, how they removed it as a combat ability? Fun fact, there are a bunch of heroes whose commander perk is buffing either AMC's damage or AMC's knockback. So it should be used as a combat ability, but they made sure that it's so goddamn clunky to use that you will never actually use it. And this means that there are a huge chunk of Outlander heroes, basically everybody who's not a Teddy based hero or a pistol based hero, whose perks are just fucking trash. And you can't really use them as commanders because they buff either the useless seismic ability or either the useless AMC. Really cool looking skins, like for example Barky Rio, who you get in the Love Storm event. You can't use it. I tried my hardest, but it actually just sucks so much goddamn dick that you don't want to do that. That leaves us with a very sad conclusion. Whoever was in charge of the Outlander rework either is incompetent because they do not play Outlanders, they do not know what they just changed, or they just don't fucking care. And I don't know about you, but I am not quite fond of either of those options. And if you're asking yourself just how many heroes are we talking about? Well, there's like 8 to 10 Teddy heroes that are functioning fine because, you know, they are Teddy heroes. They made sure that they are okay. There are 2 pistol heroes that are kinda OP, but anybody with an AMC perk is just trash at combat. They're just not playable as combat hero, and the same goes for seismic heroes except Ragnarok. Ragnarok is just strong. But the 2 mythic heroes, Face Scout Jess and Field Agent Rio, well, they are also very bad. Face Scout Jess, for example, gives you the team perk Phased and Confused, where you get an extra charge of phase shift after every Outlander that you have in support slot. Except it's just bugged. It was double bugged on release and now it's just simply 1 part bugged. And that's also, you know, the team perk that you would want to use on Field Agent Rio, since Field Agent Rio's commander perk is that you get an extra heavy energized shot after every phase shift, so you want as much phase shift as possible. But you can't use that because it's fucking bugged. And the more phase shifts you have, the more likely it is to just fail the teleport, and, you know, you use up the cooldown, you use up the energy, but you just don't fucking move, which is the most annoying thing that I have experienced playing this game so far. Like, even if you say that the bugs are gonna be fixed eventually, the seismic shift, or sorry, seismic smash change, that's gonna stay in the game. The AMC change, that's staying in the game. So that means that we have like a whole bunch of heroes that are just not playable as commander. You can play them on your low level farming missions when you are doing the daily V-Buck mission or something, but you just can't use them on your power level. And that's just fucking tragic, because they simply either don't have the combat stats to work as a combat hero, or they just have the wrong combat stats. And it's especially tragic if you compare the Outlander rework with the Ninja rework, because the majority of ninjas are not just even usable as commander, but they're good. And most of the Outlanders are not usable as commander, like they're just not combat viable. There's like a dozen or maybe a bit more that are viable, but there are like 40 Outlander heroes. Even if we say that half of the Outlanders are usable as commander or good as commander, that means that there is like half of them that are just not heroes anymore, but glorified supports, or rather glorified survivors, because that's all they do. They just sit on your support slot, or not even that. They're just there in your collection book, and that's very sad. If you made it this far in the video, I'm actually thankful. Like, I don't really do content like this long content or this much effort in any video. It's just, I don't know, I was really angry about this like whole Outlander rework thing. I would tell you to like and subscribe if you like this video, but honestly I just don't make content like this, and I'm definitely not gonna make content like this in the near future, so maybe don't. But instead, if you could shoot a tweet or just some Reddit comments or something in the general vicinity of Epic Games, so they would take another look at the Outlander rework, I would really appreciate that. Because the current situation, I really don't like it. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only Outlander player who just hates the whole Outlander rework, because it's boring and it's not doing anything that it promised. And that is all. Thanks for watching.